Happy Monday, you guys. It is currently 1 p.m. out here in Canada. I hope you guys took action. Monday is the day where you have to take the most action, get locked back and get back into your routine, because Monday sets the tone for the week. Monday mornings, I like to do some product research. Basically, the first task that I do when I wake up for a couple of hours is find a bunch of products and put them on a Google Doc. And the second step after that is go through the validation process and see if this is a product that's worth actually selling. So this morning I found about 5 or 10, it might have been closer to 10 products that I might be willing to potentially put budget behind, but I still need to validate them in a bit right now to see if they're worth selling. And if I go onto my Figma board, or what I like to look at, if you want, I can maybe make a video about this, but I'll just go through it really quickly. So first thing is choose your niche. For me personally, I like to sell to be honest, this is just for the second store. I'm looking for a product that's evergreen. So I'm not looking for a seasonal product. My first brand is seasonal, so I want to find a more evergreen product that I can sell and scale worldwide. So I don't want to be limited to only being able to scale this product in Q4 or in any specific season like swimwear inside summertime. So I identify what I want to sell. So for me, I'm looking for like a health related product, a product that's maybe a beauty product, anything that's really evergreen. That's what I'm looking for. I don't really care necessarily what it is. Ideally though, a health product, a beauty product, or that's kind of what I'm looking for mainly though. But once you identify what you want to sell, then the next step is to start doing product research on any platform you want. I've been using Kello Data lately. I've been fucking with it. I won't go too in depth into what kind of filters that I use, but you just play with Kello Data and see exactly what type of creatives or what type of filters work best for you. And I go through there. Real quick as well, you don't need to use that. You can use the ad library, use whatever you want. It's not even about the platform. The most important thing for you to understand is that the platform doesn't dictate your success. It's about you knowing what a winning product actually is. And I'll kind of break down this a little bit right now. So you want to find a product that first catches your eye. Once you identify that it catches your eye, then you go down to the next step and see if it solves a problem. In my case, you want to usually sell problem solving products because it's a lot easier to sell than like a gimmicky, like what's a gimmicky product, like those, you guys probably seen those, I don't know honestly, but a gimmicky product that doesn't solve any problem, that doesn't have any utility. But you want to see if it solves a problem. If it solves a problem, then the next step is to do some research and see if there's current demand for it right now. And how I like to do this is search up if there's any viral content on TikTok, organic, just to see if anybody's really talking about this. Because if it's a viral product, you're going to see a bunch of TikToks of girls or anybody just reviewing the product, and you should be seeing a few like kind of viral videos. It doesn't have to be a lot, but you want to make sure that this is kind of a proof of concept to make sure that this is a product that's doing well. Because with this dropshipping shit, it's not about reinventing the wheel. We're not looking to find the latest product and be the first person to find a blue ocean product. 'Cause at the end of the day, if you don't know what you're doing, you're not going to be able to know what a winning product is to begin with, and you're not going to be able to even scale this new product that you found. So it's important to find products that you validated. The next step for me is to go on Google Trends, search up the product or the niche, and just see if it's growing. I like to typically test products that are going to be growing for the next 5 years, or at least be growing right now. I don't want it to be like a downtrend where the product isn't necessarily looking to be sold right now. So if it's winter time, obviously don't sell any swimwear. Like that's kind of a given. Like that's be pretty retarded of you. And then once you do that, make sure there's good listing on Amazon, just to see if this is a product that people are even looking for, because at the end of the day, that's what it's about, like I said earlier. So make sure there's good listings on Amazon, and make sure that there's at least like 500 to like 1K reviews on there, because it's going to be very, very useful when you start doing some in-depth creative research. Once you identify that, okay, you notice that there's demand for it, then you want to see if it's selling well and kind of see if there's any again, people selling well. Like in my case, I use Kello Data, so I know it's selling well, but you want to see if there's any other competitors. And what you want to do is ask yourself, what platform is this competitor running on, right? What problem are they kind of attacking? And then see if they're doing well. So you can use things like Shop Hunter or just similar web and just see what type of sessions you're getting to identify if, again, this is a product that is doing well and see how long they've been running the product. Because if someone's been running this product for, let's say, a month or two, they're probably doing well. Like, nobody's gonna test the product for that long if they're not seeing some type of success with it. So that's your kind of indication that they're potentially doing well. You can go on the Facebook ad library, go onto their page and see how long they've been running their ads, scroll to the bottom and see the longest running ad. And if they've been running again for a while, then it's probably a product you want to get into. But you want to be cautious on this too, though. You don't want to see too much competitors. You want to see like max, maybe like, it depends. Like if you have a situation where all the competitors are asked, and you can kind of get in there. But if you see that the competitor, well, actually, let me get into this right now. So this is kind of like a gap in the market that you might be able to fulfill. So you want to see if, what is the competition not doing well? Like if you can't outbeat the competition, then don't even get into this product, because there's no point. They're gonna outwork you and just outcompete you. So start off, is this something that is only on TikTok Shop? If something's only on TikTok Shop, bring that to Meta. I promise you it's gonna print, right? If they're not targeting an audience that could probably print, you know, then change up the audience that they're targeting and just target that audience, a different audience, and you might be able to do well. What's next? Yeah, that's kind of like my main things. It's like making sure that, one, are they running this on Meta? Okay, they're running this on Meta. Then is there anything I can make different? Okay, yes or no. If the answer is yes, then run it. If the answer is no, though, there's still different ways you can beat them. So let me know if that part made sense. I don't think I explained that too. I don't know, let me know if that portion made sense, but I might reiterate it right now. So if there's a gap to fulfill, see if there's, are they running ads right now? Okay. If these people aren't running ads right now, then bring it to another platform. If they are running it on the same platform, it's okay. Is there a different kind of audience that you can target that they're missing out on? If the answer is no, you can't really do anything there, then that's fine. But you need to see if there's anything that you can do better. So the way you can do shit better is, if there are shit ads or just ripping ads, you can come around and have better ads and just talk, have better ads that talk to the target audience a lot better. Because a lot of people that rip ads, some of them are very, very shit. So if you come in and you have ads that talk way better to the target audience, you're probably going to print more. If you have a better offer, you can outwork them. If you have a better website, but a website's like kind of a low-hanging fruit unless like it's a in-depth funnel. But that's kind of the only way you can really win with this shit. Like you have to either find a gap in the market, something that they're not doing that you can take advantage of, or just outwork them with their ads, have a better offer, or just a better website. If you can't do any of that shit, then don't even bother running the product, because again, the competition is just going to outwork you, and you're just going to be in a position where it doesn't make sense to even run the product. So that's kind of what I look for when I am looking to test a product, just like a broad overview of what, again, I look for. Let me know though if that made sense. I don't know if I locked in with that explanation. I'm kind of a bit tired, but yeah, let me know if that helped. If it didn't, I'm down to reiterate this in another video just for y'all boys. So let me know down in the description. But right now, your boy's about to head to the gym and, you know, get a pump in, hit some legs, and then come back to the grind and, you know, do some validation and see if some of these products are worth being tested. We are currently in the V. We are heading to the gym. Get it pumping, get some blood going, flowing, whatever the fuck you call it, inside our legs. And yeah, this is the part of the video where we're gonna talk about performance and what things are looking like for the first and second brand. The first brand is the main brand, second brand is the new brand that I launched and I'm looking to get up and running. So essentially for the first brand, things over the weekend were pretty ass, honestly. And for this brand, I don't know why, the weekends are usually ass. Like it's really 50-50. Like some weekends are good, some weekends are ass, but for the most part the weekend isn't usually the best out of the week. It's usually around Wednesday to really Friday. That's when we see peak performance, and after that shit just kind of goes south. But nevertheless, the weekend wasn't too good as a whole though. For the week, we're able to finish off a 26% margin, which is pretty good, honestly. Can't complain. We honestly just now need to focus on continuing to kind of improve efficiency on what's been working. There's a few angles that's been working on the ad account lately, and we're just trying to kind of perfect them, test out new shit. But this morning I launched how many did I launch? I launched 4 new angles, 4 new batches that the editor submitted, and they're, I'm not gonna lie, they're very, very good. Like, I actually took some to, rather than spamming a lot of creatives, I sent a bunch of like very, very good concepts from competitors, so they should at least get a few sales. Hopefully take a majority of ad spend out of our main creatives from the main CBO we're running for that product. So hopefully we can get some performance in there. If not, back to the drawing board. We're just continuously going to be hammering out some creatives for that specific brand, and we're also going to be launching a new campaign just for Mother's Day. I like to kind of separate my campaigns when it comes to holidays and evergreen campaigns. So we are going to be starting some Mother's Day shit very, very soon. See if we can get some scale up in there. Hopefully hit some 6-figure months and kind of like ride out the momentum to kind of stabilize the performance around there after that, hopefully. So we're gonna test that shit out and see what we can do there, but nothing too crazy for that specific brand though. Like, you know, it's pretty consistent. We're just trying to increase scale right now. That's like the main goal right now with that specific business. When it comes to the second brand though, the second brand, I'm not gonna lie, I had told you guys last few videos that we were making some changes to see if we can kind of get the ball rolling, get some performance into the door for that business. But upon like looking at the funnel and shit over the weekend, I realized that first of all, we are getting a very, very good CTR, pretty good CPC for targeting the US. And there was an issue though when it came to add to carts. And you guys might see this when you start testing products, when there's an issue to test, when there's an issue with how much add to cart you're getting. Like, yeah, we're getting sales, but the cost to acquire a customer and even just to get the add to cart was way too fucking high. Like, that was telling me though, hold on, let me take some water. But that was telling me that there's something wrong with the offer or with the price. But if I'm looking at what the competitors have as the price, and I'm looking at Amazon, I'm looking at just the market in general for this product, it doesn't make sense to go any higher. The product is kind of low AOV to the point where a BOGO sale deal, whatever you want to call it, none of it really necessarily makes sense. If you add another product in there, it doesn't make, nothing really made sense to do. Even after, you know, changing up the lander, the creatives again were solid because it was getting people to the site. It was just people weren't adding to cart properly, and our break-even point was already kind of like, our margins were already kind of at, like, they weren't the best. So I didn't see any potential afterwards. After analyzing over the weekend, I thought I could probably do some more optimizations, but at the end of the day, I was kind of hard-headed. I went away from what I usually do. I usually cut the product after like 300 ad spend loss, but nevertheless, it is what it is. I just want to test the shit out. Now we're on to the new product. I did mention this morning I did some product research, so one of these products that we find later today is what we're going to be testing this week, and hopefully we can get a product up to 1K days by next week. That's kind of the goal, honestly. It should be the next few products we test will get us there, so I'm not too stressed about that. But yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I had some high hopes for this product that we tested. It's just one of those ones, guys. Like, at the end of the day, like, you guys have to look at your budget and see if it makes sense to give products a longer test to do. Usually it doesn't make sense to do. In this case, as you guys can see, it didn't make any sense to. We literally lost like $700, which I don't usually do shit like that. I usually let this shit lose max 300, even 150 for the most part. But again, I want to test this shit out, and you guys have to understand that it doesn't make sense to blow a lot of budget on products if you're testing, especially if you're not able to stabilize it around break even. If you're losing 150, you're losing 300 over a duration of like a week. Usually, like, you can probably make it work. But if you're losing 700, like I did on some dumb nigga shit, which I shouldn't be doing that, I know that, but I still did it anyways just because I want to test it out. Don't do it, right? It's all about looking at your budget, seeing what makes sense to do, and also looking at the results. Like, the results are pretty much telling me that this product, in terms of the offer at least, didn't make sense. The creatives, again, there's interest there, but The buying intent just wasn't there. We just didn't have that buying intent that we needed to be able to scale this product up. It was a solid product nevertheless, but clearly I guess it wasn't a solid product if we weren't able to even get the shit break even. So yeah, that's what shit's looking like for the second brand. We aren't doing what we need to be doing with that brand, so we cut the product. That's what it is. Don't get married to the product. Don't waste a lot of money on a product if you can't get it to at least break even. That's kind of the whole lesson here. You don't want to force products to work, especially in the beginning. Like you can, like the thing is that any product can work if you spend enough money, enough time for the most part. But when you're first taking out a product, does that make sense to do? No, it doesn't make sense to drop 5K on a product for no reason, just cause unless you if you spent like 10K developing the product, you got stock for that shit. Okay, I guess you have to make it work. You have no choice. But in our case, as dropshippers, we have a unique advantage where we can just swap out products relatively quickly if it doesn't work in the testing phase. Now, if this is a brand that you've been running for a while and you made some profit, you made some motion with it, then you can continuously test shit. But in this stage that I am for this second brand, we haven't got any crazy motion yet on there. So yeah, we turned off that product and we are looking to test new products, and hopefully we're able to get a product to 1K days very, very soon. There's no doubt in my mind we'll get there, obviously, but it's just annoying when you put some time and effort into it, but that's just a part of the game. Like, you guys are gonna put effort, make your best ads, make your best landing pages, and the shit's gonna flop. Like, you can't stop that shit. If the demand isn't there, the demand isn't there. But at least you were able to do your due diligence, do the research to understand that, okay, we were able to get some sales in the door, and this product just doesn't work and it doesn't make sense right now. So turn that shit off and get back to the drawing board and test a new product. That's just what the drop shipping game is all about. Right now though, I'm heading to the gym and yeah, about to get some legs in. Oh, we got a sale for the main store. Cool. But yeah, that's what she's looking like. Alright, I just got done at the gym. I want to address like a little comment I seen on one of my videos. So somebody said, so what happened to the road to 2 mil series? Did you just give up on that? The answer to that is no, I didn't give up on that series. The whole channel, honestly, right now is still me documenting the journey for me getting $2 million a year with my businesses right now. That's kind of the whole goal of what I'm posting and what I'm kind of documenting right now. I just took like a different approach to the way I was looking to kind of title the videos, just for obviously better engagement and just make it a bit, a bit funner in a way, because the other style I was doing kind of was becoming repetitive, and I don't know, I just felt like it was just getting too redundant. So I wanted to change it up and just show a day in the life and just show the results that way instead. In terms of where we are though for hitting 2 mil for the year. So to hit 2 mil for the year, first of all, you need to do $166,000 per month. And last year I was doing it with one brand. We finished the year at basically $1 million for the year last year with the first brand in revenue. And I looked at the results that we did in 2024 with the business. Like 1 mil for the year, don't get it twisted, is not too bad. But I understood that this is a seasonal business because it's in a giftable, the way it's angled, it's a giftable product. So it didn't necessarily make sense to be ran. It didn't make sense to necessarily force scale and lower profit margins. So that's why I understood that. And that's why this year, in the beginning of the year, basically this whole quarter was me finding out how I wanted to basically, structure the business. Do I want to still hone in on this one brand, or do I want to have a second brand where I can focus on more of an evergreen product and take everything I've learned thus far in this e-com journey and basically, scale that way? Because at the end of the day, you don't always have to scale with one business. You can scale horizontally with different stores, and understanding that, okay, I can always have this business. This business has over 100,000 people on the email list. It has, it still brings in healthy revenue, profit, whatever you want to call it. The only issue is that it can't necessarily be scaled year round, and that's not something that should be, turned off. It's something that should just be maintained at a scale that makes sense to be profitable and scaled slowly rather than forced scale like I have been doing when the demand isn't there. But if I have an evergreen brand where I can scale and the demand is there, then I'll be able to hit these results to be doing consistent 6-figure months. Because as you guys seen this in
in this series. If you go back to December, like a couple months ago, we're easily doing 6-figure months with the business, you know, in Q4. But that's because the demand is there. But when it gets to the point where there's no demand in, you know, the off season for giftable products, and I've said this multiple times, but I just wanted to iterate this for anybody that's, you know, has kind of didn't watch the other videos. That's kind of why I'm going the route of running currently right now 2 stores. If I deem it necessary to open another one once the second one is doing well and we're able to plug in the current team members to operate that business, then I'll do so. But for now, it's going to be the giftable store plus this evergreen store, and we're just looking to push this as far as we can that way, because there's no doubt in my mind, if we're able to push the evergreen store, that we will be able to do 6-figure months. Because at the end of the day, I say this all the time, it's that it's not even about, at this point, it's skill issue. It's more about finding that product that has that product market fit, that's able to have the ability to scale to the heights that we want it to be able to scale. So yeah, that's kind of what the whole shit's looking like right now for the series. The series is still going on. You know, we're still looking to hit 2 mil for this year. Right now we are slowly above that for this quarter, but for the upcoming quarters we should be able to make this a reality and hit the 2 mil mark by the end of the year, or even before that, if, you know, everything goes to plan. So that's a little update on the series. The series is still going on. And yeah, guys, that's gonna bring us to the end of this video. Shorter video, not much to do today, honestly. I mean, not much to like go over today, honestly. It's just me working. I'm gonna go, you know, do some product validation like I told you when I get home, do some media buying after that, and then do anything else in terms of contacting team members, anything else that needs to be done, really smaller tasks, and then I'm gonna head to bed, basically. Like, Mondays are, again, predominantly product research and just catching up with team members. And yeah, that's how it's gonna look like. And yeah, that's where I'm gonna leave this video. I appreciate any of you guys that made it this far in this video. Like, it means a lot to me that a lot of you guys are willing to, you know, sit here and listen to me yap for however long this video is. Appreciate you guys. And any of you guys that made it this, you know, far, again, you guys are my fucking niggas. Like, even if you're white, I don't care, you're my nigga, bro. I fuck with you heavy, and I hope we all win. Anyone that made it this far in the video, I hope we all fucking win. We all get rich as fucking shit, and spam let's get rich in the comment section, because at the end of the day, that's what we're doing this shit for, getting rich to be able to take care of not only ourselves but take care of the people that we love. So yeah, I appreciate all you guys. If you haven't taken action today, please take action and, you know, start that store, do some product research, do something that's going to push you forward to your goals, and just get started, man. That's what I'm going to leave you guys with. Get started, take action. Let's win the week, let's win the day, let's win the year. Let's just have an amazing year, and let's just fucking get rich. That's all I'm going to leave you guys with. I appreciate you guys again, and your boy's out. Peace.